Hey, it's your friend Steve. I'm back. Sorry, it's been like 2 weeks, I guess. Yeah, things have been really, really, really bad. So, like, this whole year has been just a whole shit show. Like, 2020 was horrible, and 2021 has not been much better. First, like, my great uncle dies, which I was like, a little sad about that. I mean, he was like 70 something, so I mean, like, it's hard to like get upset about an old person dying. Like, it's upsetting, but such is life. We live, we're born, we live, and we die. Old people dying, like a little sad, but normally I'm not that bad. Then I sadly had to put my dog down, which was really depressing. He was older, but still depressing, my first dog. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. It's my birthday, yay! And then my cousin died on my birthday. Uh, so yeah, do not come near me. It is bad luck city around here. Yeah, my cousin, unfortunately, she passed away on my birthday. Um, yeah, it was really. She was like a year older than me, so I was like, oh boy, and like she had demons, but she had seemed to get her life back on track, which was like, oh, we were like really close when we were younger. Like she would, my other cousin would bring her down, and she would come and hang in the city with us when we were younger. Like we drifted apart, such as life. Then we see her like family things, mostly funerals. We'd see her up in Boston, well, Massachusetts, whatever. I say Boston. It's whatever. She's like an hour out of Boston. But then she was going through some demons, and got her life back on track. She became a nurse. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Had a few kids. I was like, okay, cool. She seems to be doing all right. And then, yeah. I won't say what happened, but I think you can figure it out. Just people get in a dark place. It's quite sad. And I mean, you could say it's selfish, whatever, but I don't know. I've been having this discussion with my whole family since it happened, but it's you don't know the pain. The pains, you don't know people's pains. But I'll leave it at that. I don't want to really get too into it. Then I get home. So we was in Boston last week. Good to see my family. Which is nice to see them because, like, well, I guess most of my family doesn't get along. So my mother's side really doesn't get along. My dad's side, I really don't know them that much. I'm the last of the Eichenhofer, so my dad's side, I don't really know too well. My dad and my grandfather are not really big on family. I mean, they were cool with, well, my dad was cool with me and my sister, but my other family, my dad's like, whatever. You do your thing. So I don't really know any of them. I mean, I knew my aunts, not my aunts, like, I don't know, my grandfather's sisters. Like, the whole thing's confusing, a family tree. Like, we're all family, that's all I'll say. But anyway, my grandfather's aunts, which is, I guess, my great aunt? I don't know, whatever. Great, whatever. I knew two of them, like, obviously, my grandfather didn't care about family since he was 17. He lied, and he was 16, 17, and joined the Navy to fight Hitler, so, obviously he wasn't too thrilled with his family as well, which is sad. But, so I knew them a little growing up, but then, I mean, I didn't really know anyone. And then I had a Uncle Walter who lived on Long Island. Great dude. Solid dude. Except he yelled at me a couple times. I mean, granted, I tried to play with, like, a slicer. Not a slicer. It was like one of those things that you like chop down, you break stuff. That's a terrible description. Like one of those things where like a wood slicer, I guess, like a saw. That's the word I was looking for, saw. If anybody figured out what I was talking about before I did, congratulations, you have a mental problem, because I don't even know what I was talking about before I said it. So anyway, yeah, so I knew him. He was cool, and then, yeah, Yeah, father's side, not really in the picture. Mom's side, we have a lot of drama on my mother's side. A lot of stupid drama. But, whatever. I'm kind of like the person that like weaves through everything because I have the Eichenhofer. I don't, unless she did something bad to me. I try to like everyone. I don't really like holding grudges because life's too short. I just buried a cousin that's a year older than me, and that was dramatic. I don't want to make it about me, but this is a podcast about me. So I didn't really say all this stuff to my, family that was grieving. I was just there for them. I said, whatever you need, let me know. And then, apparently they let me know pretty quickly, because when I got there, told me I was a pallbearer. Never did that before. Don't really ever want to do that again. I don't like dead things. I don't like being around a dead body. Like, people like, go to the casket. I'm like, that's just a vessel. Like, the body's a vessel. Like, the soul's gone. She's hopefully in a better place, Hopefully she's with her other child, sadly passed away. I hope she's in a better place with him or her. I think it was him. But I think it was him. No, it was a her. Shit. I'm a horrible person. Yeah, it was a her. But anyway, I hope she's in a better place. There's no more, sadness in her life, She was always a quiet person, and I'm a quiet person, so we never really had conversations. Like, we'd talk, like, small talk, but I never really got to know her, because she was always, like, a little older than me, and I have a weird relationship with my family where, I am a talker, I'm an outgoing person, but when I get around my family, I'm like that scared little kid who didn't want to upset anybody, so I usually don't talk much when I'm around my family. I don't know what that is about me. I like a stranger? Shit, I'll fucking tell you my whole story. I have a podcast. Don't tell any of my family I have a podcast, by the way. One of my cousins knows I have a podcast, and he's alright. He's a cool dude. Here we go. Yeah, so it's really been a depressing month. And then they were like, oh, you're a pallbearer. And I was like, oh, God. So they told me, the day after my birthday, would you mind being a pallbearer? Now, I don't know if... I'm sure everyone listening here knows what a pallbearer is. So the people that, bring the casket into the church, who brings the casket into the cemetery. So I have anxiety. I don't know if you probably figured that. I have a lot of mental problems. All week before that, I don't know if I got really loud, sorry. All week before that, horrible dreams that I dropped the casket in front of her mother. In front of my whole family. I dropped the casket right in front of everyone. Horrible dreams. Wake up sweating. Horrible dreams. And then, the body, rolled down the church stairs and all that. I'm 300-something pounds. She was a very tiny girl. Caskets, I don't know. There's 5 other dudes. In theory, no. Would that ever happen? No. Probably not. But I'm a big dude, I'm clumsy, I trip easily. I trip when I'm just walking. So I have a lot of anxiety. And then I was like, oh, God. And then I feel like an asshole because I was really going to be like, oh, well, maybe she has someone closer to her that would do it. And then my mom's like, it's a great honor. I'm like, I don't know. But I did it. Everything went smoothly. Everything was fine, except I'm a big dude. I had to squeeze. It was a Massachusetts church built in the 1940s where they weren't expecting people to be 6'7", 300-something pounds. So I had to squeeze in there, and then I had to be in church where I was like, oh, God. Literally, oh, God. I don't particularly like church. It has a weird smell to me. And I just associate it with death. Is that wrong? Maybe. You literally are looking at a dead, I hate to break it to you, but you're looking at, Jesus at his worst moment. Everywhere you see Jesus at his worst moment. Jesus was a good dude. Great guy. Maybe, show him, laughing, healing somebody. It's always, the Last Supper, him on the cross. I mean, like, oh, well, the Last Supper was actually, that's your last meal. Like, why would you, I don't want to be, you don't want to, like, remember someone for the last stuff. You want to remember the good times. Maybe, like, Jesus walking on water, something like, uplifting, instead of, like, his last meal, him dying. That's, honestly, though, Jesus, man, you're, like, on the cross, dying, you're like, oh, just remember, love everybody, and don't don't sin and try to murder people. And you're like, oh, man, like, how do you have that in your heart to be on a cross dying, and then just be like, oh, I love everyone, don't cry for me, Argentina, or, Lazarus, or whatever. I don't know, the whole thought, I love the message of Jesus, I do. Like, Jesus, like, feed the poor, love your neighbor, love each other, don't murder people, great things. I mean, we're all sinners, though. I mean, that's just the down, right? I don't know why I said that. I don't care. Oh, anyway, they're like, pallbearer, and I was like, okay, whatever. So now that I'm like, oh boy. So now I'm like dying. I'm like hyperventilating everything. Every step I do, I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna drop this. And ended up not doing it. Thank God. Thank you, Jesus. Didn't do it. Everything went smoothly. And then everyone's like, oh, thanks for doing it. And I was like, oh, I don't really want to make this about me. Please. Okay, cool. Then you have to see her kids. And it was very heartbreaking. It was a heartbreaking situation. She was a lovely girl from everything I remember about her. Demons. I mean, it gets the best of us. And now doing this podcast, I'm talking about mental health and all this. And now I'm like, oh, Lordy, like, ugh, did I put the energy into the world? Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to help her out, but I mean, people are going to do what people are going to do. It'd been nice if she knew people loved her and all that, but I'm sure she did. I mean, it's just it's a tough situation. Anyway, let's talk about positive stuff. Then I got home and my mom's in the hospital. Oh, God damn it, I was trying to be positive. Yeah, so that happened. Hopefully she's alright. She's gonna be alright. It's just, she's having some health issues, but she looks like she'll be out in a couple of days, which is nice. But now I'm like all guilty about that. When my mom dies, I'm gonna be a mess, honestly. That woman is a saint. She raised me and loved me. Well, she still loves me, but anyway. She raised me. I was a horrible child. I mean, not a horrible child. I mean, I was like, a little bit much. I have, I don't know. I don't want to say I was never like, stress you out. I was more like stress you out in a, just with my mouth and my behavior. I never did anything really bad that she found out about it. I did shitty things as a kid, but I mean, not like, murder somebody or something like that, or do drugs. It's all good. I don't think. But, still, I'm a lot to deal with. I'm a lot to deal with now. That's why I'm single. Oh, by the way, update, if you're keeping track on this saga of the crazy drunk lady. Apparently, matched me on Tinder. So, craziness in my life. I don't know if that's from before this happened or after. It had to be before, because she just popped up on, though I would hope that Sober Steve didn't swipe on her, but, who knows with Sober Steve. I do Tinder, I just like to get gratified, I swipe right on everybody. Let's see who's willing to make a mistake and go on a date with me. And I just like to see people's, what are their standards? My standards, I don't know if I have standards, but, I think I do, but I don't know. I've been thinking about life a lot lately. I don't know, dude, I'm getting old. Like 34 years old, dude. I need to settle down, pop out a few kids, or put a few kids in a baby. Oh boy. I'm not drunk, don't worry, people. Or, I don't have any substances in me. This is just my normal behavior. Take a drink. I said, said it again. Yeah. So, life is happening to me It's 2021 has been a shitty year. Yeah. So I'm just trying to figure this out, and I wanted to have a conversation with you. I know actually a few people really love this. I don't know if they just love me and they want to listen to me. I don't know, but if like a handful of people like actually listen to this on a daily basis or weekly basis, which I appreciate. I really do, and I hope it does help somebody. I mean, it's got to help somebody. But if you're like depressed, and we all get to, you have to realize we all get depressed. Life is pretty depressing. We're in a vessel that older we get, it's going to break down. We're going to lose all our looks, and all our family is going to slowly die. Okay, so sorry, that was depressing. So anyway, live the moments though. And I was like, now that I've been to funerals before, and luckily in my life, only like maybe like 2-3 people have died that are like older than, younger than me, or around my age. So I've been really lucky, but I feel like that streak's about to start going. As older I get, it makes me think about my funeral. This is what I want. No one has to carry me. Burn my body. I don't really care what you do with my body. Whatever you want to do. You could cremate me. I want to go in a tree though. You know these trees, these biodegradable trees. They have like a little like thing you put, and then they plant them, and you're under there, and then the tree grows. So, my thing about it is, when I die, let's not have a funeral. No one's allowed to wear black. I want everyone to wear what they want to wear. If you wear something cat related, that's cool. But wear what you want to wear. Be comfortable. Shorts, whatever you feel comfortable in. Colorful. I don't want black. No black. My thing about it is, I want everyone to, everyone's gonna be sad. I would think people are gonna be sad that I'm gone. But think about the good things that we did. Think about all the fun times. Laugh. Tell stories. Tell all the embarrassing ones, all that I fell asleep in an parking lot. Tell all you'll have these. These are my chronicles. These are the chapters. This is why I call everything has a chapter to it. These are just stories I have. My thoughts, my feelings, everything. These are the chapters of my life. These are things that I hope to tell people to cheer them up. Like, you're having a bad day, things aren't going your way, the kids are driving you crazy, your boyfriend, your girlfriend's driving you crazy. You sit down, you look up YouTube, you say, I need a laugh. Your friend Steve. This is a depressing episode, so don't maybe not play this one all the time, but there's other ones where I'm like laughing, joking around. But anyway, so yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make you guys listen to my podcast while I'm dead, and it'll just be me, and then you'll all just be there sad, and it'll just be like, hey! Then it'll be from my casket. It'll just be like, hey, it's your friend Steve. And I hope you laugh. I hope I give you more happy memories than I give you sad memories. That's all you need in life. My thing about life is I like to make people happy. I like to make people, I hope to do more positive in my life than I have ever done negative. I have done negative stuff. There's a few women in my life they probably want to kill me. Towards women, especially, I've done some shitty things. Not shitty things, like but it's just like I've had selfish goals in my life, and I don't feel great about some things I've done to past relationships. But you live, you learn. I hope they don't come to my funeral, because they'll probably tell some me being an asshole. I'm you know what? Not a full-on asshole. I have my moments where I'm an asshole. Most of the time, in the search of humor, I'm an asshole. But sometimes I'm just an asshole. So anyway, funeral. Everyone wears what they want to wear. Burn me. I don't really care. I'll be gone. I'll be up, hopefully. Well, no. To be fair, I'll probably be burning down below. I've made some bad jokes and said some things I probably shouldn't have said. All in the name of comedy. But anyway, so bury a tree somewhere. Put me in the ground with the tree. The tree grows. And then everyone, I'm going to have it all set up. I'm going to buy a couple kegs, have all these kegs ready. Everyone, go have a party. Everyone from my life, all the chapters of my life, merge together, tell stories. Everyone has stories about me. Clearly, I have stories. You've heard most of them. But just, remember the good times. That's what it is. Don't be sad. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I don't understand why people are sad at funerals. I mean, it's sad that you're never going to see the person again, but they're in a better place. Especially if they were sick, they're in a better place. There's no, where they go, there's no more. There's no more, worrying about this, worrying about that, stressed about that. We're the ones that left behind. We're the ones stuck here on the earth where, shitty things happen every day. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about heaven. Maybe shitty things happen in heaven. Who knows? Who knows about there, I'm sure there's things to complain about in heaven. Who knows? I'm sure there is. But anyway, there's no more pain. It's over. We're good. And we'll all see, hopefully, obviously all our pets will be in heaven. So we'll get to see all our pets again, and they'll be all happy to see us. Imagine that. You're in heaven. You haven't seen your dog in years. And then the first one, I hope that the first one to greet me is my dog. I really do. I hope my dog, my cats from past greet me. And, maybe not all my cats. A couple. I've had a few asshole cats in my life. My turtle. I don't know if I ever told that. My dad, we were at, a park, and my dad, saw this turtle that was, not in with all the other turtles. And I picked him up. He's like, oh, let's take this turtle home. And then, we put him in the fish tank. And then my mom got home from work, and she was like, Charlie, what are you doing? Why are you bringing this turtle in here? She's like, oh, we got it at the pet shop. Looking back at it, should not have taken that turtle home. Within 3 days, that turtle had, salmonella or something. It was stinking. It's stinking. And, my dad had never owned a turtle, so he didn't know what to do with a turtle. He's, feeding it lettuce and, little fruits and stuff. We've kidnapped this turtle. And this turtle is scared out of its mind. It's shitting everywhere. It bit me a couple times. I maybe not see that turtle. Maybe that turtle, we put it back in the pond. Hopefully he had a good life. And it was these assholes kidnapped me. They fed me lettuce. I don't know what they think lettuce is. I don't know. I think, and then I've only had a few pets that have turned out to be a bad idea. I had a hamster kill himself. He put his I found him in the morning, and he had put his head between the wheel and the cage, and had his spun the wheel, so it snapped his neck. He committed suicide. My hamster 100% committed suicide. He didn't leave a note, so I didn't know. Maybe not bring that story up on this episode, but it is what it is. He's in a better place, I'm sure. He had a lot of hamster anxiety. I mean, he was fat. He was getting large. Couldn't even do the wheel. He was I don't know. He got big, and then he had they were filed down his teeth. He bit me all the time. He was biting me. Did not like me. Ozzy the hamster. Rest in peace, I guess. I don't know. Bit me all the time. Did not like me. Did not want me to touch him. All he wanted me to do was feed him and leave him the fuck alone. Which I get now. I get that. As an older man, I get it. Leave me the fuck alone. I don't care. I don't want all your fucking fingers all over me and all that. He was just an anxious hamster. I mean, I guess all hamsters really have Coke vibes. They're all and then running on a wheel. But honestly, his life was horrible. He lived by himself. I think we had another hamster. No, my mom wouldn't let me get another hamster because she's like, they're gonna fuck. She'd say fuck. I was I don't know, 8. But she's like, they're gonna reproduce, Charlie, and then we're gonna have all these hamsters around. Which is true, and apparently hamsters eat their young, which is also real creepy. So I was like, okay. But we lived in the city, so I really wanted a dog. I mean, I wanted a dog since I was like 5 years old. Like, I want a dog, blah, blah, blah. From like a dude had like, but it was like lived in apartments, so it wasn't like. I think that's a cruel thing to do, unless it's like a little dog. Like little dogs in apartments, whatever. They don't need that space, but like, I don't really like little dogs. I have a beagle now. He's all right. He's a little shitter too, but I don't think big dogs in apartments is fair. You need land for they can run around and all that. But yeah, so as growing up, I had a neighbor whose dog was a golden retriever, beautiful dog. Can't remember the name of the dog now that I think about it, but it was a beautiful dog, super friendly, and seemed to be lovely. No, never on a leash, but just lovely dog. But my mom was like, no, can't do it. Which now thinking about it, like, why didn't we? My grandfather had a house by the Verrazano Bridge, like literally like right under it. I don't know why my mom never. Well, my grandfather was never really home, but then again, he would have loved to have someone around to take care of. I mean, someone to be around. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why we never had a dog. I don't think I was responsible enough for a dog, to be honest with you. But my mom knows better than me. She was a smart cookie. I don't know. Who knows? The first dog I had when I moved to Virginia, and I had him for like 16 years. Had to put him down. He was sick. It was all good though. I mean, once they're sick, it's all he did was sleep and struggle to do anything. He was blind, deaf. Death or death? Death. Am I saying death? Death. I keep saying it sounds like death to me. Death. Whatever. I don't say words correctly sometimes, people. You figure that out. I mean, you listen to this every week. I don't know. I feel bad like I haven't been around in 2 weeks to talk to you guys. But it's been a stressful 2 weeks for me. And I appreciate some people have hit me up. How are you? Blah blah blah. I don't really, for someone who has a podcast, I really don't like telling people a lot of my shit. I don't know. I kind of like to keep some things private. But as for the further I go along in this, we're friends here, so it is what it is. I'm gonna call it an episode. I love you all. I hope everyone's mental health is good. Please, if you're sad, lonely, need someone to talk to, hit me up. We'll talk. We'll do that. Hell yeah. I'm always here for you. Unless I'm sleeping. If I'm sleeping, I'm sorry. But, hit me up when I'm not sleeping. I love you all. Let's just drink to a better tomorrow. Let's have a drink for the better tomorrow. And friendship and love. So, I love you all. Remember, love you all. And, as always, and I mean this as always, fuck Hitler. Bye!